Hi Taurus, time for love in the new moon. This is a general love reading, so take what works, leave what doesn't. Messages are for the greatest and highest good. So let's see what's going on for all of our Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. There you come out as the King of Pentacles. So, you know, in this card, it's really great. It's like taming the beast. You know, some of you might be taming a wild beast. So that's nice to see that your overall energy, you come out really strong. Now, you've been hanging in suspension about a situation with someone. You know, because you're not very happy. Okay, so it's like you're hoping and hoping, but I feel like you keep feeding a situation that you're not happy in. You know, because you don't really know what to do about it, because there's a part of you that just really wants this to work, but then, you know, you're wanting something to work where you're not very happy. Maybe you're thinking one day you could be happy. Yeah, I don't, you know, there's a part of you that really knows, like, this is never going to work. This is never going to work. But yet you can't figure out how to move on from them. Now, this might be somebody in your spiritual circle, you know, that could be, you know, your church, your community. I mean, there's somebody, this is somebody that you're involved with that's in your circle, but I feel like they take from you. I feel like they pretend that they are really all into you, but there's an ulterior motive to what they're doing. Yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of heartache with this person, okay? I mean, a lot of heartache. I feel like this person, and this is what's making it so difficult for you. I mean, you adored them. I mean, adored them. You would give them heart and soul. But the problem is that they weren't giving that back to you. So I think you really need to look at, you know, the reality of who it is that you're so attached to, you know, because it's time for you to, you know, kind of find some healing here, a little balance. You're being really patient. I think you keep giving to them. They want something, you give them a little more. You know, just trying to hang on with everything you have. But this person, they don't care, honestly. If you're going to keep giving to them, they're going to keep taking. They are. They really are. And I think you're at a point now where it's time for you to start healing, okay? And, you know, not put any more energy into somebody who is not going to be your equal partner. You know, this person, what I keep feeling in my mind, it's like they take whatever it is that they want from you because you give it, right? If they come over and, you know, I don't know whether you're married or you're coupled up, you know, but it's one of these things. They come over, you guys have this incredible time in the bedroom. Like, oh my God, sex is great. However, I'm also feeling like it's not that great because they want you to please them, but they're not pleasing you back, you know, and that's a problem. That's a problem. You know, because how much, you know, it's like every time you go to bed, you hope that maybe tonight they'll like really like pay attention to me and I don't have to do all the work. I mean, I'm sorry to go there, but I just keep feeling like that is how this relationship is. You're not near as happy and you know you need to make a decision about this person, you know, and I almost feel like a friend helps you, you know, when you finally open up and really tell the truth, like take the mask off, Taurus, and say, you know, this person, you know, I give them money, I give them gas money, they, you know, I feed them, we go out to dinner, you know, we have great sex, well, maybe it's not so great, you know, it's just like, I just don't feel like, you know, there's true love there. You know, maybe you have a friend that helps you out, that you can talk to, you know, because sometimes it's really helpful to have another person just kind of listen to you, you know, because in just finding someone who will just listen and you allowed to speak, you know, and to just really vent what's truly on your mind, it's amazing the kind of clarity you will gain without them ever giving any advice. So you might need to like look to a friend like that. Yeah, I mean, you're ready to be done with this person. You know, it's like I don't see any cards of like ending. You know, I think it's one of these things that, you know, you don't know how much work you want to continue to put into this situation, especially when you're starting to feel that disconnect, you know, because they must have been somebody, I mean, you were blinded by love, Taurus, by this person. And, you know, and all this person did was hurt you. And I think, you know, on the exit, they could get nasty, you know, and they could turn it on you and make you feel like crap, you know, but you know how you were in this relationship. I mean, you wanted this to work. I wonder whether they have a strong Leo, but there was always, I almost feel like you even competed with each other. And that's not good, to be in a relationship where you compete against your partner. But there was this real push-pull, you know, because you know what will really make you happy. And I think you wonder whether or not this person would make you happy. You know, because you weren't feeling it, because you knew that they were cheating on you. You knew you weren't their only one. So I just did one for Scorpio. I wonder whether there's some Scorpio in their chart that was the same way. You weren't their number one. They were using you. Take, 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 take. That's what they were doing with you. And you kept giving it whatever it was they wanted, down to the bedroom. They weren't pleasing you back. This was very one-sided. There were a lot of lies. Some of you may have ended up pregnant as a result of this. And then, you know, now you're pregnant with somebody who really isn't invested in you, and you're wondering, shoot, what's going to happen now? You know, I mean, they're sneaking around, you know, and it's like, you've got to get out before it's too late. Because if you're not pregnant and this person is sticking around and there is a lot of sex going on, guess what? Things happen. All right, so what fell out, we have the Seven of Wands reversed with the Four of Pentacles reversed. So, I mean, you want to open up and you want to like really face the truth about your relationship with this person, because I think you feel that they are very difficult. You know, they're very difficult. It's really all about them, not about you. It doesn't matter, you know, how much you I mean, you might be the person that's always coming up with like, you know, a new idea to kind of keep this relationship alive, because they're not making any effort to keep it alive. They are. You are. I mean, you know. So I think you've got to stop and, you know, deal with this conflict that you have going on. And I really feel like it would be really healthy for you to just stop and talk about things, because there's like this churning of conflict inside of you of like, you know, I need to like tell somebody how I need help here. You know, it's like, I'm really confused because I can't seem to let go of this person, you know, and it's like they've been around for a while. I get the sense that they're very immature, whoever it is that you are dealing with. Like they're very childlike. You know, that's why. And, you know, oh my gosh. And then I get this feeling of like, you know, don't be their mom. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, don't cook and clean and do their laundry and everything else, you know, and it's like they get, I mean, it's like they're your kid. You don't want to be involved with somebody who's like a kid to them, to you. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like they're not a kid, they're not a child, they're your equal, they're your partner. But this person's very immature. Just saying. All right, so, yeah. 10 of Cups reversed to the 9 of Pentacles. It's like, you know, to have all 10 cups with this person isn't going to make you happy. There is no happiness, because if you don't provide the home, the food, pay the bills, or anything else, I feel like it's not going to happen. You are honestly better off on your own. Especially if you're not really married to this person or anything. But you're blinded by this love that this person has. You know, but I think you're starting to like take that blindfold off and you're starting to see things just a little differently now. All right, what else do we have for our Taurus? Yeah, take. See this card? This person took the jewels. They've got a snake wrapped around them. You know, they took what they wanted and left what they didn't. That's how they're treating you. And to stay with this person, somebody who I think, you know, there's a part of you that's just like, oh, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. I mean, you're digging your grave here. Seriously. There's, you know, it's like the deeper you get with this person, and again, you know, you don't want to let them go. Because it's like, oh my God, you know, I don't want them to go away from me. But guess what? They're not making you happy. Like I said, you're better off alone than trying to build a future with somebody who just wants something from you and they don't really have your vested interest. You know, the Knight of Swords reversed. This is somebody who's very passive aggressive. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think you know this. And it's like, oh my gosh, if I don't have dinner, they're going to get really upset. If I don't answer the phone when they call, they're going to get really upset. Because they're very demanding of you and your energy and your time. Because it's all about them. Remember, they are taking whatever it is that they want and need in the moment. And you're giving it to them. So as long as you keep doing that, they're going to keep taking. So I do get this sense of like, you're starting to be like, whoa, wait a minute. You know, the blindfold's coming off and you're starting to see them not with that beautiful love and, you know, all of that. You're starting to see them for who they really are. And I think their immaturity is a big part of the problem. It's like they can't grow up. All right, what else do we have? Be careful. You could end up pregnant. Some of you may be pregnant. You know, I'm just saying, it's just like you've got to, you know, you have to realize what you're getting involved with. You know, because if you end up pregnant with this, from this guy or, you know, or you're the girl or whatever, you know, you're looking at a hard life because they're not going to help support because they can't, because they're too immature and they're a taker, not a giver. Yeah. It's funny because I see you getting really angry. I mean, there's this undercurrent of anger starting to build inside of you. You know, because you start to get frustrated, especially when the blindfold comes off and you really start to see and you know that energy of I'm so in love with this person starts to fade. You know, but it's almost like as much as you want to say something, you don't. You know, you really want to say something to this person, but you don't, because if you say something, it's going to come to an end. You have to decide if you want this to come to an end or not. And you have to take a chance, because I'm going to tell you, if you are afraid to say anything to this person because you're afraid they're going to get mad and they're going to walk away, if you're giving them everything they want, they're not walking away. They're gonna milk you till there's nothing left. You know, so, you know, if this is something that you need to turn around for yourself, I mean, you know, because this person is using you. They are. I'm sorry. They're just really using you. And, you know, you're not the only person in the world. They're very immature. Emotionally, they can't commit to you. You know, all they can do is take from you. And this is painful. Like, you don't want this to end. You know, because you can't get past that initial, oh my God, but they were so wonderful and beautiful. You know, but they leave you so unstable. Yeah, I think, and you know, here's, you know, what I see down the road is like, if you do decide to like end it with them, like I say, they're not going to let you go that easily because you gave them a lot. You know, they know how much you like them, love them, whatever. You know, they know that. You know, but they're taking from you. And they'll continue to do this. I mean, there's this big child energy. I mean, you are dealing with a child. Seriously, a child. All right, let's get some advice. Let's get another deck. All right, universe, do we have any advice for our Taurus regarding the spread? Get to work. You know, this is also of continuing to do it over and over and over again. I mean, this is you cycling. I feel like there's this, you know, it's like, well, I'm just going to keep going. You know, see this person, they're making another one, and they're making another one. But notice, none of these coins change. You're going to do this over and over and over again. And it just goes right into the fire. It's just a matter of time, Taurus, before you snap out of it. You know, because somebody's taking and taking and taking from you. And you keep working and working. I mean, it's like, oh my gosh, I need to like work an extra, you know, few hours because, you know, Fred wants, you know, a new pair of shoes and they're $500. You know, that's the kind of energy. And it's like you are giving so much of you to this person who is not giving back to you. So it's time for you to get out of your head, okay? Because the longer this goes on, the more unstable you're going to start to feel, because that can't sustain itself. I mean, you can't keep going in this direction. And this person, you know, they're messing around. They're fooling around. You know, I mean, they love themselves. They adore themselves, you know, and there's something about them that is, you know, it's like they've got a spell on you. Like, you know, they've got you so charmed, you know, but listen, it's a game. You know, this is a card to pretend when it's upside down. You can't keep pretending that this guy isn't the way they are, or this woman isn't the way they are. You know, that's how they are. That is how they are. And as painful as this is going to be to end, I think you know that you've got to start like snapping out of it, you know, because how much more of this are you gonna take? You know, because you're getting nothing back. You're getting nothing. You know, all you get is hurt. You know, because they want you to answer the phone when they answer it. They want food cooked when they want it. They want sex when they want it. They're demanding, you know. And then if you don't answer the phone, where were you? What were you doing? And then they get angry. And then there's all this, you know, stuff going on. You know, this is not, there's a lot of ego here, okay? And I think it's on both sides. You know, this is something that you really wanted to be happen between the two of you, but it's not. I mean, this is like, you know, we've got to pop this bubble that you're in. You know, wake up. You know, this is not somebody who's healthy for you because they're so immature. They are really immature. And there's a lot of ego involved here. I mean, this person's got a big ego because they know you adore them. Well, I know they love me, of course. So, you don't want this to come crashing down. But at the same time, you're missing a lot of other opportunities. All right? So, you know, say what you have to say to this person. Bring it up to the forefront. Tell them your concerns. And then based on that conversation, you'll know what to do. You know, because if they get angry at you or they get mad or they get defensive or anything like that, then all of these thoughts that have been churning inside of you are confirmed. You know, this person is only taking whatever it is you're willing to give to them, and you give them a lot. This is not the first time I've read this for you, Taurus. So I think you've got to start looking at that. All right, anything else for our Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign? Sorry to be so hard, but, you know, you come here for advice. I'm trying to give you some good advice. All right? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Any other advice for our Taurus regarding this spread? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Ooh, we have all kinds of cards. Oh, that's a lot of cards. Yeah, I get the sense that, you know, it's time for you to start moving on and away from this, because they're messing with who you are, like psychologically, okay? They're taking away that thrill of life from you. You know, it's like, because your whole life revolves around someone who just wants you to wait on them hand and foot. You know, so, you know, you come out here with this Queen of Cups to the Hierophant. I mean, it's time for you, as painful as it is, to move on from this. You know, because look, they've already got these swords really deeply rooted inside of you. You know, and you keep giving and giving, but you're always on guard because they're going to get mad if you don't. Really, Taurus? Ooh. Yeah, this is a very difficult person you're dealing with, you know, and, you know, for whatever reason you had to hook up with them. You know, maybe you just needed to know that somebody would pay attention to you. I don't know, you know, but there was a reason you hooked up with them. But this is a very difficult energy. And this is one of these energies that it'll only get worse. It won't get better. You know, this person can't grow up. They're not growing up. you know, because they get their way. So I think pretty soon you start to see, I mean, things start to come out, you know, and you start to get clearer and clearer. When the veil is lifted and you start to see this relationship for how it really is, then I think things will start to change. All right, what else do we have for our Taurus? Yeah, I mean, look, they're taking from you. They're going to take everything you have. As long as you keep giving, they're going to take. So, this is the future you have in front of you. Nothing. Nothing with this person. All right, so time's up. Okay? You know, it's time for you to put your foot down and stand up for yourself. Okay? Even if it's painful. Because you were involved with somebody who is never going to bring you that happiness. You know, because how long are you going to keep giving without getting anything back? That, to me, is the bigger thing. It's like, you know, this can't be all one-sided, where, you know, you're given 110% and they're given 0. You know what I mean? All right, Taurus, I'm going to end it here. This was a long reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, great. This was very specific to somebody. So take what works, leave what doesn't. Messages are for the greatest and highest good. So check your other signs, and I will see you at the next reading. Until then, bye now.